state volleyball tournament in the Bicentennial Center in Salina, Kansas. Your Lady Lions volleyball team is one of the 8 best teams in the state, and they're here competing at the state volleyball tournament. A couple games earlier, but we have today 8 of the best teams in the state: Conway Springs, Fredonia, Frontenac, Heston, Lakin, Minneapolis, Nemaha Valley, and Silver Lake. Your Lady Lions here are warming up, getting ready to take on Lakin. Lakin with a record of 37-4. Your Lady Lions are sitting at 31-3. A couple games earlier were played. This is the second game of the day on this court. We have filming with us today. Dale Leach is handling the duties with the camera. And we have Vic Goeth helping with the play-by-play and color analysis. Vic does have the scores and some insight on some of the teams that played earlier. Vic.
Yeah, the morning started off with Frontenac playing Fredonia down on our court. Frontenac won both games in their match. First game going 25-15, second game 25-20. Frontenac come in, Mike, with a 34-0 record, and I don't know, they didn't look like a 34-0 team to me.
They didn't show me a lot. They're solid, fairly quick, didn't have any big hitters, but just played a solid game of volleyball and took Fredonia fairly easily.
Down on the other court we had Silver Lake, which is the number 2 seed, and they're in the bottom side of the bracket, and they took on the Seneca Nemaha Valley gals. First game of that match went 25-21 to Silver Lake. Seneca leading partway early through that first game. Silver Lake come back and won. The second game was 22-15, last score I saw, but I'm sure that Silver Lake had won that. But there again, in the Silver Lake Seneca match, Silver Lake did not look like the dominant team. Seneca covers well, has good speed stuff. Silver Lake didn't really show me much. They've got one gal that's a pretty good hitter, but doesn't look like anything that Minneapolis can't play with.
I really think the pool set up well for Lady Lions. The pool we're in does have Lakin and Frontenac in it, which are going to be tough, very tough. But down at the other end with Silver Lake, Conway Springs, Heston, and Seneca Nemaha Valley could be fairly tough down that other pool. But I think Lady Lions, if they bring everything to the net and play that power volleyball, we'll be in pretty good shape coming through this. We can play with anyone here.
Very true. The match with Lakin coming up here against Minneapolis. Lakin looks like they mirror Minneapolis pretty well, size-wise, speed. We'll just have to get it done on the floor and see what happens.
This possibly
where Lakin is, in case they don't know.
Lakin's clear down in southwest Kansas, west of Garden City a little bit, or south of, or north of, clear down the corner. Frontenac and Fredonia are in southeast Kansas. Of course, Conway Springs, south and central. Where's Seneca? North.
Seneca's northeast.
So in our pool, and we're on court A, we have Fredonia, Frontenac, Lakin, Minneapolis. The other pool has Silver Lake, Conway Springs, Heston, and Seneca.
Football, NCAA has qualified 2 teams for playoffs, I believe, Minneapolis and Russell.
Minneapolis and Russell. Minneapolis last night with an impressive victory over Buffaloes of Belleville. We'll go and play down at Heston on Tuesday, Dale, is that right?
Yep. At Heston on Tuesday. Of course, by the time you hear this, it'll be over with.
It'll be over with, and we're going to have a state volleyball champion, too.
I hope so.
Well, Big Blue's getting ready to line it up. We'll play the 6 we played for the past 2 years, Vic. I think the girls are ready. They're focused, and this is going to be a tough match. Talking with Coach Henderson, Lakin brings it to the net just the same way we do, and so this will be a tough one. Maybe the toughest one of the morning right here.
Yeah, this probably be the match of the day, in my opinion, Mike. You know, talking about the same six playing 2 years in a row now. Pulled some video out the other night and was watching. It was Mallory's freshman year. 5 of these 6 girls have been playing together for 3 years now. Autumn being the only one that hasn't been with this group for 3 years. She played up on varsity. But these girls, and Coach McCulloch alluded to it in the newspaper, that familiarity with one another says a lot for the team. You know, they don't have to worry about where one's going to be or what this one's going to do. They know where each other's job lies, and they do that well.
Well, this is what they played for all summer long, all fall long, and they've got a nice record, 31-3. Looks like we'll start with Lissa George, Mal, and Steph on the back row. Lissa will serve. Minneapolis serving first here. Steph, Lenz, and Autumn will start on the front row.
Officials check with the coaches. They say they're ready to go. He's checking with the score table. Gives the nod, and here we go. Lissa with a nice serve. Nice dig by Lissa George.
Lenz with a little miss hit there. Side out to Lakin. Timed her jump a little early there and didn't have anything left. Now with a nice pass up Steph. She tips it on over, but it's out. 2-0 Lakin. Now with a nice pass up, Steph. Lynn's just going to bump it on over. They're in the net.
Lakin called in the net, Mike. The middle hitter was just a little too close when she on that short set.
That's their big gun, the middle hitter. We need to block her, and we get her blocked. There's a nice stuff by Lenz. Another one by Lenz. Yes, yes.
There we go. Down on the far court, Mike, we got Conway Springs and Heston getting ready to take off on their first game of their match.
Starts with defense, and net play has just been really solid. There's a nice tip by Autumn.
Stephanie sets Autumn.
Out.
Autumn's attack's just wide, out of bounds. Lakin will have the serve and the lead, 3-2. Lady Lions take a few points here to get themselves settled into the match.
Lenz takes the pass from Mao. Lakin's big middle hammers one down for a point.
Lindsay was there for a block attempt, and she did get a touch at the net.
I didn't think it was going over, and it did. Net serve, tape shot by Lakin goes over, and we couldn't get there.
Autumn backing up to get into position for the attack. That ball drops right in front of her.
Mal's pass is over to Alyssa George, and Autumn bumps it on over. That's tipped at the net by Lenz. We're on the offensive. There's a big hit by Autumn. Lenz with a hit, and it's down. They're in the net. Side out Minneapolis, just what we needed there.
That's exactly right. Lions need to keep attacking that net. Attack the net, put a couple blocks on that big middle hitter, and they'll rattle her.
Lenz serves in the net. Side out to Lakin. And it's the other thing we need to do is serve well today. And now with an attack at the net, Lakin's there. Lenz with a nice dig. bumps it on over. Stuff by Mal, and it drops back on Lakin's side. Steph with a nice pass. Kylie. Autumn with a big hit. It's going out of bounds, but they get it. Steph sets it on across. We cannot get there. They hit one down the line, Vic, and Alyssa couldn't get it.
Defense had shifted to the left, and that ball was hit right down the line. Alyssa made a diving attempt for it and just come up short.
Pass by Steph goes.
Coach McCulloch going to take timeout. Settle the girls down a little bit. They might have a little nervous jitters coming in the state tournament. These ladies have nothing to be nervous about, though. They can play with anyone. Okay, Lady Lions take to court after the timeout. They're trailing 8-3. Lakin has the serve. Minneapolis needs to score a point right here, Mike, on this serve.
It's out.
Kylie dumped one over with a little dinker, and Lakin got to it, punched the ball back over, but it sails out the back line. Autumn Knox serves for the Lions. Minneapolis trails 8-4, game 1.
That was a left. Not calling like they did that first game.
No, they were real good about calling lifts in that first match.
Nice start by Autumn. Hits the floor. Ace. Point Minneapolis. And we're back in her now.
Autumn Knox with an ace.
Ben's pass up to Alyssa George. Hits the antenna. That's out. Tied out to Lakin. Thank you.
That's 2 serves in a row that Lakin's put in the net. Like you alluded to earlier, Mike, service game's so important in rally scoring.
7-9. Big Blues trailing by 2. Kylie McCulloch getting ready to serve for Minneapolis. Serves over in good shape. Mal's there to block, but it ricochets out of bounds. We can't get to it. Kylie set to Mal. Nice front row attack. Autumn's pass to Kylie's on the money, and Alyssa George with her first attack at the net. Nice stuff by Mal right there, and it goes down Lakin's side.
It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, Mike, that Lakin is pretty one-dimensional because they set their big hitter up, and she's on the back row. Set her up twice now in that last 2 points.
It's a tip. We cover. Lynn bumps it on over, and it's going out of bounds. Quickness on the front row, and Lindsay sets it on across on the run, and Lakin cannot get to it. 9-10, and Mal still serving.
It's good court awareness by Lindsay. She was getting ready for a set.
Oh!
Lindsay was getting ready to set that ball up.
That's quite a serve by Mal. Nice attack by Alyssa George. Boom. There's a tip by Lakin. We're there to cover. Alyssa George, another winner.
Nice. Nice shot. We're tied, Mike. 10-10, game 1.
I'm feeling better. Mal.
Your butterflies go away with the girls.
A little bit long on Mal's serve. Side out to Lakin. She thought about taking it. Steph sets it on across. Lakin's there to cover. Nice dig by Mal, but we couldn't get to it. Point Lakin.
Lakin with the big gal back in the front row on this rotation.
Kylie's pass is on the money. It sets Lenz. It's a tape shot. They cover. Lisa George. They're there. Autumn with a nice pass. Alyssa's tip, and they're there.
Autumn bumps to Kylie, and Kylie sets Alyssa. Lakin pops it up. They're going to set the big gal.
Miss hit by their setter was not called. Oh.
They call Stephanie into the net.
And it went over. It would have been a point Minneapolis.
That was a lift on Lakin, definitely.
Mouse pass out of bounds. Minneapolis got caught up there, and now they're kind of letting it slip away again.
Yeah, the Lady Lions need a score here on Lakin serve, get the ball back.
Steph. Our passes are not there.
It starts with a pass. The return game starts with a pass, and you have to get that pass up to your setter.
Lisa George is in the net. Point Lakin, 10-16. Coach Mack wants timeout. The girls not playing real well, just right. Is that off? Sorry. The girls not playing real well right now together, and having trouble with the Lakin server right now, getting a good pass up the front row.
Minneapolis needs to catch that fire they had in the Southeast match, and in that match last week they played against Lions in the finals. Right now, just a little bit sluggish. Like I said earlier, the return game starts with a pass. You got to get the pass to the setter so you can get your hitter a set.
Really a couple evenly matched teams here, and it could go either way. It's a couple more points here, and we'll be back in it. Lakin serving. Kylie's pass to Lenz, and we're just bumping it on over. They tip with the big girl. We're there to block, and she tipped. We couldn't cover. 17-10. Out of bounds. A little rally, and it start right now with Alyssa George with about 5 or 6 in a row here. There's a
nice serve.
She just reared back and hammered that one across. Here's a chance for Autumn Knox. They block. It's a good hit. Steph. It's, oh, just barely out.
Just was outside.
11-18, Lakin. Steph sets Autumn. Nice hit. Nice dig by Alyssa George. Here's a back row attack by Mal. That's out. Good.
Ball's out the back line, falls in for point Minneapolis. Stephanie Alderson will serve. Minneapolis trails 12-18, game 1. Just catch a little roll right here.
Alyssa George dig goes out of bounds. Point to Lakin, 12-19. Well, so far our passes are not looking good. They're going out of bounds, and Stephanie's having to go out of bounds to get them, and Coach Mack's going to put Audra Antwell in for a little help there on the back row. 12-20. Autumn with a nice attack there at the net. Nice try by Audrey Antwell, and the ball goes out of bounds. 12-21. We need to stop it right here.
Yeah, we need to put the brakes on this.
That'll help.
We'll take it any way we can get it right now. It's whatever it takes to get a spark going here for the Lions.
13-21, Lindsay Perry will serve. There we go. It's over in good shape, and their pass goes out the back row. Point Minneapolis. And Coach Mack wants Mal right back in. Lynn still serving. It's over in good shape. They're going to set their middle on a quick set, and we're there to cover this time. Lynn bumps it on over. We need to get back on the offensive here. It's a tape shot. It drops.
Just did catch the line.
Everything going Lakin's way right now, and next couple of minutes it might start going our way. Now with a nice attack. And block. She stuffs, and Stephanie's there to cover. Big hit. Yeah. Now we're talking.
The good swing by Autumn on the outside for that attack. After a nice set, Autumn puts it down for a winner.
Lakin could not handle that monster hit by Autumn Knox, and she's serving. Get over. And it does. Alyssa George sets it on across to an open spot. Lynn's pass is in good shape to Steph, and that's left. Steph on the run, tried to back set it, and it's a two-hit lift.
Lions act
to Lakin here, and we need to stop it right here.
Lions act a little timid on them, some of them net balls. It's not like we've seen the last couple of matches where they just, that ball set up and they drop it. We saw several sets over for Minneapolis. They just need to start swinging and put that ball down.
Kylie McCulloch will serve, and we need to rip off 7 or 8 in a row here. Nice serve, and it's going over. Mal timed her jump okay, but the ball came over a little bit further than what she anticipated, and it's a lift. 24-16 at Lakin. Lynn's pass is in good shape. Kylie was nice, and that's tipped.
There was a touch at the net, I thought. Looked to me like.
Sure thought that was tipped at the net.
Looked to me like there was a touch because that ball was missed. That ball was directed.
Well, we'll have to do it in 3. I think the ladies might be warmed up now. Lakin may have their hands full this next game. Lady Lions will not go down that easy this next game, I don't think. 25-16, and I think Conway Springs won the one down at the other end. I'm not for sure. First game down there. Minneapolis will be on the left side of the court now, Lakin on the right.
Conway had a big advantage down there in that score-wise. It was 22-8 or something like that when I looked down there earlier, so I'm sure they won their first game. Lady Lions just looked a little flat there, Mike. Never got out of the gates, and
had a string there where we couldn't get a decent pass up to the front, and we were on the defensive the whole time. Didn't have a lot of good attacks at the net, and that's not our style, to be back on our heels playing defense. Keep the pace a little bit quicker to our liking. Good passes keep you on the offensive and keeps the attacks at the net. It's a lot easier, better flow for our team, I know that. So we'll be back with the second game of this first match of the day here shortly. The first here, second game. The first match here, I don't know if we've got a bloody nose or just a runny nose. Alyssa George there with a little hanky work. Here's Lakin.
Here we go. Game 2 is underway.
Good pass dig by Alyssa George, comes on over. Now digs. And Lindsay bumps it on over. Mal with a nice dig on the back row from the big hit by Lakin. And Alyssa George cannot handle that hot one. I think it probably would have went out the back. 1-0 Lakin. I haven't seen Alyssa George miss 4 or 5 passes like she has in the first couple of games here all year long. There's a good pass and a good attack by Autumn. They dig it up. Now
Lady Lions with a free ball.
Now with a nice pass to Kylie. Autumn with a big hit. Now we're talking.
That's what they need to do. Just make the good pass and the good set, and let's get this thing started off right. Stephanie Alderson will serve from Lady Lions.
It's out.
The ball is out. They call a touch.
Out but tipped.
Minneapolis has to stop that big hitter. That's the only one they're going to, and we need to concentrate on stopping her.
Now with a nice pass up, Stephanie sets, lands. Tipped by Lakin, out of bounds. Glad Lindsay let her go. Side out to Minneapolis, and Lindsay will serve. 2-3. Lindsay Perry serving for Big Blue. It's over in good shape. Oh!
Mallory with the block stuff on the big hitter. That's what you got to do. You just get in her face and block it back down. I'm telling you right now, if we do that a couple times, she'll be done hitting. It'll get in her head, and she'll either hit it into the net or she'll hit it out.
Tape shot by Lakin, and we're there to cover, and Kylie bumps it on over. 3-3. 4-3 Lakin. Now we got to be ready for that. Our back row has got to play better. Lakin's up 5-3. There's a nice pass by Alyssa George. That's out.
Lakin had blocked Minneapolis to the net, but we were there to cover it.
4-5, Autumn Knox serving for Minneapolis. Lenz with a dig, and now tries for it, can't get it up high enough for anyone else to get to. Point to Lakin. It's a better pass, but it's going on over on their side. Drops for a point.
I don't know how they didn't get Kylie across, but they didn't, so we'll take it. This is where we need to keep this rotation. They've got the big middle hitter in the back row now.
Alyssa George with an attack at the net. They tip, we're there to cover. Kylie sets, Alyssa George again, and a tip. Aha! Hammer it down, Alyssa.
That ball's out.
The Lions take the lead.
Lakin, Lady Broncos. Side out to Minneapolis. Kylie with a nice serve. Right down the line by their hitter.
It was a nice attack by Lakin. Take that right down the line.
Lynn's pass up to Kylie. Mallory with a big hit and attack. Blocked by Lakin. They tip. And Kylie's pass goes out of bounds. I don't know why we took that. It was out of bounds too. So back row just not playing well for Minneapolis. Really doesn't matter who's back there. Lands with a better pass up. Mallory takes the set. Alyssa George bumps it on over. They tip it. Lenz is there to cover, and Kylie comes over for the set. It sure looked like she was in front of the 10-foot line.
It did. When she took off, her foot was in front of that 10-foot line.
Lands with a decent pass to Kylie. That's blocked by Lakin. We're there. Then they Mallory tips. I couldn't get her name. Mallory tips it in. Spot where they're not. Point Minneapolis. And Mallory Goth will serve.
Lions need to catch a little roll here.
Just barely out. Served by Mal. And we need to break this right here too and get the service back. 11-7 Broncos. Lenz with attack at the net. They are there. Kylie. And Lenz bumps it on over. That's almost
It looked like a lift to me.
Nice save by Minneapolis. Good hustle by Big Blue. And a good dig by Autumn. Alyssa George hammers it on over. Another big save by Autumn, but we can't get to it.
Coach is going to take timeout, Mike.
Well, they're not playing too relaxed. Look like they're pretty tight.
Yeah, they're not playing Minneapolis volleyball right now.
I just haven't seen any dominating team here. Conway Springs could be, a pretty fair team down there at the other end. They're just not any other dominating team here besides us. And we're just not showing it just yet. They need to get this one so we can get into that third match, or third game of this match. Got to get it that far. If we get it there, I think we'll be all right. We need to get this one right now. We'll break it side out to Minneapolis.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Minneapolis volleyball yet today. We got to get in track.
Kylie with a nice pass. Steph sets, Lenz. 4. Did not clear the tape. Mallory, after a miss hit by our back row, tries to get it on over, and it's not going over. 14-7 Broncos. Lakin bumps it on over, a chance for Minneapolis to get on the offensive. And Alyssa George tips. It's going out of bounds. Just what we needed.
Yep, got the dink there.
Lakin, very good fundamentally sound ball club, blocks well at the net, and they cover. So we're going to have to pick our spots. We're going to have the court presence. Alyssa George with a nice serve. We're there to block, and nice attack by Autumn. Point Minneapolis.
Nice set and nice attack. Autumn put that one down with quite a bit of force. They wasn't going to return it.
Another nice serve by Alyssa George. Nice dig by Alyssa George. Autumn with a tip. Nice dig by Kylie. It goes on across. Lakin with another attack. It's down. We need to block up front. 15-9, Lakin. Tape shot, and pass goes out of bounds. Point to Lakin. There's a better pass to the front, and attack by Minneapolis. Oh, that's a lift. Thank you. Didn't think she's going to call that one either.
Makes you wonder what they're looking at.
All right, here we go. Minneapolis with the serve. Stephanie Alderson's serve almost out of bounds, but it handcuffs the Lakin girl. It does go out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. .16, Steph. Nice serve, same spot. Lakin's.
Nice dig by Alyssa.
She can get up high enough, she can put her down. And she does. She's a pretty good hitter. .17-11. Tape shot with the serve. Lenz with a big hit. Blocked, but goes across. Scored a point, Minneapolis.
Lindsay hits that into the block and falls on the Lakin side for point for the Lady Lions. That'll take Lindsay back to the service court. Minneapolis trails 12-17.
Serves across in good shape. We're there to stop. Autumn right there at the net. 13-7. Good. We got them thinking now.
Well, we got some fire, see some fire out of the Lady Lions now, and the boys have the shirts off, so it looks like they're into it too. It's one thing we've been lacking so far this match is we haven't heard the crowd.
Well, it's a fun time of the year. State tournament. It's just as tough as you could imagine getting here. And when you do get here, you get the 8 best teams in the state, 3A, and Lakin one of the best.
Lindsay with the serve out of the timeout.
Tip by Lakin, nice save by Autumn. Lynn sets it on across. Steph knuckles that ball, and Lenz goes clear off the court to get it. It cannot be reached.
I think we got the gals. The gals are back into it now as far as emotionally goes. Get a point here, Minneapolis on the serve, and get the serve back. That ball's out of bounds. The big hitter just tried to dink it over, and she dinks it out of bounds. Lady Lions watch it fall. Autumn.
18-18, Autumn knocks. Serves over in good shape. Lakin can only bump it on across.
Lady Lions with a free ball.
Alyssa George with a big hit that's blocked by Lakin and drops on our side for a point. Lakin. Horrible pass. Really needed to side out there in a bad way, and our pass goes directly out of bounds. Probably count about 10 of them that have this game. It's kind of tough to hang in there when you've got your passes from your back row going out of bounds.
Lady Lions just unable to get untracked here. The passes just aren't as crisp, the sets aren't quite there, and the hits just aren't hard enough.
That's out. That's a break for Big Blue, and chance to get back in this thing. 15-20. Kylie McCauley can serve. Left hand by the Lakin girl. Changed hands, and she drops one in for a point. With a dig. Pass goes across, and Lakin's middle just hammers it down.
We can see why they've won 37 games.
You sure can. They're a very good team. Len's pass up to Kylie. Foul. I think they were in the net first.
Yeah, they called number 3 in the net from Lakin.
Mal did the tightrope to stay out of it, and Lakin got in the net. Minneapolis trailing 6 points here. Need to pick up 4 or 5. Get back in this thing. Mal with a nice serve. It's out. I think they will hit them long. They will hit them in too. They can place them. 17-22. Malrigo still serves. That's a nice serve by Mal.
Handcuffed the back row hitter on that return. She was backing up. Catches it off the side of the wrist, and it goes out of bounds.
18-22. I'm seeing one of those confidence things with Mallory, and there's another nice serve, and they're lucky to get to that one. Back row attack, and our pass goes out of bounds. Just start to get things going, and then we have passing problems again. Side out to Lakin. 18-23. Autumn with a short one, and Lindsay just sets it on over. They tip. Steps there, and Kylie. Yeah.
It's a good block at the net. Lakin's into the net. That'll point Minneapolis.
And Steph with a monster stuff over there, and Lakin is in the net. Point Minneapolis. Big Blue will not go away. What a serve by Alyssa George. That was a lift. Thank you. Here we go. 20-23. Big Blue. Dogs are barking. It's out.
That ball's out the back line, Mike. Lakin's going to take timeout. The Lions will get right back in this thing at 21-23.
Took 30 points to get warmed up, but I think they're here now. We need this one right now.
Yes, we do. Alyssa with 2 great serves right in a row.
She popped down an ace now. I know those boys would come clear up out of their seats. Nice serve. Autumn with a big hit. Tape shot. They cover. There's a nice pass by Mal. Autumn just leans back and rocks it on across. They just set it across. Now here it is. Yep. Not a real good set for a good attack. Nice dig by Kylie, and Lakin hammers it on across. Two of our girls were...
Miscommunication on the front row there.
Yep. 24-21.
Lions need to stop right here.
Melissa George with a nice pass. Autumn Knox, big hit. And they get to it somehow.
Lions are going to have a free ball to work with.
Try that again. That'll work.
Okay.
We're right there, Beck.
Still going, still going.
We're right there.
Stephanie with the serve. Minneapolis trails 22-24, game 2.
Steph up to Lynn. She bumps it on over. Yeah, all right. 23-24.
1 point at a time. 1 point at a time is all we need.
Steph with a nice serve. Lynn's with a big block on their big hitter. Now rocks it on across. We cannot get there. 25-23.
That's the match.
We make a run at the end and don't get there. And they win on a little tip at the end. Nice game, nice try by Minneapolis. Finally starting to play a little better there the second half of this second game. And not a bad deal to lose to that team, even though they're beatable.
That's right.
We know it. That's what makes it bad.
Yeah, because Lakin didn't beat the Minneapolis best because we didn't have it going. You know, I'm not making any excuses, but as you'll see on the tape, Minneapolis they didn't have their A game with them right now.
Well, we'll break that out this next game and thrash somebody, won't we, Dale?
I hope so. Definitely hope so.
First loss of the day for Lady Lions. They'll play 2 more games. They'll play 11:30 and 12:30.
11:30 and 12:30.
It's not a bad deal to go into that bracket, play 2-1, and get a shot at the state champ. So I think that's what I would be looking forward to. And these girls can still have a shot at the best record over here if Lakin would trip up with Frontenac. So
that's right.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Nice showing by Big Blue the second half of that second game. Lakin, a very good squad. Minneapolis played not quite as good as they have in the past couple of weeks, and it showed. Passes were terrible, and we just couldn't get going until last part of that second game, and finally put it together and made a pretty nice run. Got 25-23 second game. So we'll be back in about an hour. Time to go get a snack, isn't it, Dale?
I think so. Definitely.
Yes, it is.